Welcome to Commercial Real Estate Online. This is the podcast show for commercial real estate agents and brokers around the world. The website to contact us is commercial-realestate-training.com. In this program, we provide tips, tools and ideas for commercial real estate brokers and agents all around the world. My name is John Hyman. I do welcome you to the program and I hope you enjoy the topics for today. So here is the audio. I'll catch you at the other end. So let's look at the issue of list building in commercial real estate. How can you build your list? How can you make that list work for you when it comes to brokerage? When it comes to commercial real estate agency today, as a career, it is very rewarding. Challenging, sure, but isn't every career of opportunity a challenge? Of course it is. It all comes down to how you approach things, how you organize yourself, and how you can build your business around that new action, that new organization, those new ideas. The only thing that matters in commercial real estate in your business model is your prospect list. Your success in all ways will evolve from that. Nothing is as essential to what you're doing and where you are headed. That is your list. Are you ready to build your business? I hope so. Let's look at it. If growth is your target this year in brokerage, then look at your client and your prospect lists. Then lift the engagement strategy, the strategy within each group. Make sure that you are evolving within your lists. Make your lists work for you. So the first question there is your list up to date? The more comprehensive and relevant your prospect list is, the better the opportunities will be for you each day, each week, in an ongoing way. Engagement with the plan is an idea that you've got to work with. Engagement with the plan, it's a strategy process to build your career to a plan. Engagement with your prospecting plan should be number one in your diary every day. Attention and focus are all about talking to people. That's what you've got to do in this game. You've got to talk to people, lots of them. How many conversations should you have in a day? Probably 50. But most agents will only have maybe 10 conversations with prospects during an average day. Now, conversations create the new business and the leads. That's the fact. Opportunities are many things to all of us. However, in commercial property sales and leasing, the list of options to work with is something like this. More business owners are seeking to relocate or expand or contract in their business operations for various reasons, but you can work with that. More tenants are looking to leave their current premises. Of course, you can work with that. You can also work with the landlords who own the premises. Plenty of buyers are out there seeking to purchase a new property in your area for all types of reasons. There are plenty of cashed up people out there right now. More property owners are wanting to invest. They've got the money. They need to get something done. There's also more investors seeking to change their portfolio ownership or structure so they can spread the risk, change the risk, and move ahead with their investments. There are more owner-occupiers seeking to start a business in a new location. And lastly, there is an abundance of referral and repeat business out there. Referral and repeat business. You simply get that by talking to people. So let's go to another question, the number of people in your list. Many agents ask me just about how many prospects they should have in their list. I suppose there's many different answers. But the answer is always relevant to you, your market, your property speciality. Generally, the answer is more than 300 good quality prospects that are regularly contacted in an agent's brokerage list. Ideally, the number should be about 600 and over. But that's all driven from a formula. And of course, that number takes time to build up. But let's look at it a bit further. Some agents have many more people in their database, but the word quality must be the filter on that fact. If they have many prospects and clients, let's say 2,000, how many of those people are contacted regularly, specifically, and are those contacts of good quality? That is where the difference applies. Big lists are not much use to anyone if they are not tuned and shaped up to date when it comes to quality, connections, calls, emails, all those things. Look at your database now. How fresh, how alive is it when it comes to helping you connect with people? Now, beyond that 600 contacts number, that effectiveness becomes really difficult to achieve. So as a base calculation, 600 people contacted over a repeating cycle of 90 days. That's the formula. That will be 10 people per working day, Monday to Friday, over 90 days. Can you see why realistic numbers really do matter? Some people also come and go from your list. I get that. So you've got to top it up with better people in differing circumstances. So handle the change and churn with new people. There are a lot of low-quality prospect lists out there, of course, simply because of a lack of agent contact, system consistency, persistence, and process, all driven or not driven at a personal level. Most agents don't do it very well. That is an amazing opportunity for the agents that do it well. Top agents make their lists come alive by working them deeply and comprehensively. Can you step into that challenge? I hope so. It's not hard. It's just a mindset and some action. If you work a territory or a zone, then the number of 600 is not hard to achieve. Of course, you can achieve 300 new people per 90 days by making it a deliberate strategy to contact just 5 new people per day. That is not hard to do. So 300 or 600, what is your number? Now these 300 plus people for you are prospects that you can relate to, talk to, and they will know you, remember you well enough to take your call. That is critical because you want them to call you when they get their property challenge. You want them to know you as the property expert and recognize that you are the person that can help them when they get to a sales, a buying, a leasing challenge, something that they need help with. So that says that a strategy of relevance and local area coverage should merge into your contact plan. What about segmenting your lists? Now, some of those people in your lists will already be VIPs. And how many of those do you need? Well, I'd say probably 20 to 40, no more than that, because the VIPs are high-value people that you contact very regularly. Others, of course, will be ongoing clients and prospects that you can contact frequently. But recognize the difference between VIPs and everybody else. So then look at your list categories for your business. Split it up further. That's everybody else. What would you split it up into? Categorizing people and property requirements is a big part of getting anywhere in our real estate game. You can find the right people by location and by property requirement if you do it right. In other words, you've got to have filters on your database list, filters that engage you with the right people in the right circumstances, with the right budget and the right need. Now, you do that when something good comes up that you can quote, some good listing. And if your database is clean, tidy, and up to date, all of a sudden you can talk to 10, 20, 30 people. The base categories for creating a comprehensive database will be something like this. These are the base categories. They are the buyers, the sellers of commercial property, the investors, the business owners, the franchisees, the franchisors, and the developers. From all of that, you'll probably need to have a subset relating to office, industrial, and retail, as well as land. But then you go into another set of information. This secondary information will give you the filtering capability and various categories within these things. Here they are. The time frames, the budgets being a price or a rent, the preferred location, the preferred property type, the improvements required. So when you look at all of these things, for example, you take budgets, there is a budget number to consider. Maybe it's up to 2 million, up to 5 million, up to 10 million, over 10 million. That's how you subset these things and get the filters to work for you. So there is plenty to do and research with your lists, and I would encourage you to do that. As you talk to more people, all of the information you require for future property matching will evolve. That's where your list has to help you, something quick and easy to use. So mix and match. That is the right way of creating ongoing business and transaction leads. So it is time to talk about list building. How do you do that? Well, you make plenty of calls. But there are two distinct ways to build your list, and here they are. Firstly, by making lots of cold calls every day, but then secondly, getting out into your territory and meeting property owners and occupiers. And when you meet those people, you simply leave your business card. Very strong, very powerful, very effective. It's face to face. It simply has to work. As simple as these issues seem, they take some good research, personal work, and ongoing consistency. There's that word again, consistency. So most agents and brokers do not do these things very well. That is simply because they get distracted or they prefer to do other things. They have not developed the habit of connecting with new people. Now that is a substantial opportunity for the agents that entirely control their work practices, their work days, their focus, their habits. Discipline is a desirable factor or skill in commercial real estate, so develop that. Challenge yourself to develop that. Master the art of ongoing contact with people, current people, new people. That is where and how you can grow your real estate business faster than anything else. So what about some list disciplines and some direction? This then opens up the door for the top agents and the salespeople, this process that I've been talking about. Those of us who have the discipline to make the calls and meet the people every day, to develop the habit within those two things, that is the foundation of massive market share growth. Add to this some significant database or record-keeping system, a software package, and you have a reliable solution for building your commercial real estate business right now, today, and from now on. Take steps to use these ideas. Challenge yourself. That is really what it's about. In saying that you need a database software program, far too many salespeople spend far too much time researching and selecting the right database program or software. Don't stress. Make some simple decisions. The facts indicate that you do not need a complex database or system. You just need something that works for you. That works for you so it's easy. It would help if you had something simple that you can use easily every day. Enter the data, get the facts into your list, and then move on. Don't hang around and wait for some magical, complex data entry process that takes you 10 minutes to enter one client or prospect. That's bad. So what can you do with this? Use a system where you can export your data quickly, efficiently, and directly, because you need to do it all the time, because you need to manipulate your data, have a look around, figure out what you've got to do with that data, how you want to print it. Is it PDF? Is it Excel? Is it a CSV file? All of that. So make sure you can do that with whatever software choice you make. So, data security and flexibility. I'll raise one question here that you should deeply think about. Who owns your data? Given all of the work that you do in entering your data every day, where does it go? Does it go into the cloud? I hope so, because you've got to protect that. And if you're protecting it through maybe Google Drive or maybe through OneDrive or something like that, that's great. But make sure the cloud protects your data. So I go back to the other question. Who owns your data? So the day will come when you want to change location, change territory, change brokerage. What about all that data that you've created over time? The hundreds of people in your list. How can you make that work? How can you take your data with you? You do have to think about that. Don't look at the problem when you need to do it and you can't move that data, because it will be very frustrating for you at that time. So I'll close on this very deep and complex topic. But it's all about list building and what you can do to get your data under control so you can build your commercial real estate business. Get the activities underway where you're talking to new people every day. Capture the conversations, capture the contact information, and soon your commercial real estate business will be thriving. That's it. That's the process. Go forth and find the people you need. And so that was the program for today. Plenty of ideas there to help you with commercial real estate brokerage. Things for you to do, adjust to, and learn about. Commercial real estate is an amazing career with lots of opportunity for those that work with focus and take steps forward every day. Now don't forget to visit our website, which is commercial-real-estate-training.com. Get the regular tips, tools and ideas there to help you in sales, leasing and property management. This is John Hyman. I'm signing off for now. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon online with more tips, strategies, tools, ideas in commercial real estate brokerage around the world. Catch you soon.